everyone, welcome back for another episode of Transport Fever. I'm Jay Forgot, and in this episode is going to be a little different than the rest of us. There's no new building or anything we're going to cover in this episode. This episode is basically based around like, okay, and when in my game do I start replacing all the vehicles that have been carrying the goods, the passengers, the road vehicles, and specifically that's what I'm talking about. And this is about the time for before they start going through the cycle of being outdated again and have to be replaced. It's kind of like when I start swapping them out. So we're about 3 years away from some of these being past their due date. Now some of them will be in better shape. At least it was only 9 years. But as it's set now, if I can get to the reveal, so Fuel Atlas, close you. Come up here, like up top here. All right. So replacements right now I have them currently set to be replaced with their current vehicle, which is the horse wagon. Automatically replacement 100%, which is at 15 years. So instead of having that happen, I'm going to actually be swapping these out with the American horse cart. And then the passenger one, kind of the same thing. We're going to be swapping out the horse carriage with the stagecoach. And the main reason why I want to get them all swapped out at the same time, because some of these they cross over, they run into each other, and they got to kind of get replaced all at the same time. And mainly it's because of how fast they run. So like if I would replace this, for example, with the American horse cart, that only goes 12 miles per hour, and I have them on the same roads as where the horse cart is, but it's only going 9. Well, these are just going to pile up back behind the horse carriage because it can't pass it or anything. So it's important to try to keep these road vehicles around the same miles per hour in American. I think it's kilometers per hour in metric system or something like that. There's one thing I don't like about this game. I'm not going to get into it. Is that how if I switch these over and when I do the trains, they show like feet wise, and then the stations are in metrics. It's confusing, but that's neither here nor there. I'm going to try to stick to the point. So we're going to get this stuff replaced. So I want to get it replaced by areas of the map. And I want to make sure I get this done in the next 3 years before I start wasting money on replenished vehicles that's not needed. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to stick to this side of the map. So any transportation methods that are being covered on this side of the map, and I think there is 3, right? Yes, we got this one, and up there you go. Oh no, I don't want that. I want this one, and I believe there's a passenger route. Not that. This. All right. So these are the 3 on this wrap, and there is, I think there's 12. I did get 12 of these done, right? Yes, 12 and 4. So we have 16 routes that need replaced all together. So these are the 3 that overlap. So we're going to replace these ones here first. And with millions in the bank, actually, in between episodes, we've been able to actually pay back $4 million of the loan. This route's about ready to make me a profit. Usually when it gets around 50% capacity is usually when it starts turning a profit. So it's not far behind. It's going to start bringing me a profit soon. And once that one's bringing me in full profit, along with the other train route that we have is the Hermes to Aries track. We're going to start being set, and we're going to be able to move a little faster. And I won't have to do a lot of letting the game run off camera, and we'll be able to do one thing after another. But let's stay focused here. So first we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and replace this one with the American horse cart. We're not going to hit the replace all button yet. We're just going to do this for all of them real quick. And it's just important because sometimes in this game, especially once I get really involved, is that I lose track of time with some of these vehicles. And this is good to make sure that they're all method replacing, because one thing's for sure, if you look at the finances, the expenses go up the older the carriages, horse and buggy, whatever they are now, they'll eventually turn into different road vehicles. Their expenses go up the older they are. So keeping them newer, and obviously you don't want to replace them every year because the cost is not worth the reward. But you do want to get, as they replace, they do bring in better income, and their income goes down the older they get. All right, back here. All right, so we all got it set to the new vehicle. So now, with $3 million in the bank, I'm pretty sure I'm safe to do this, but sometimes I have to be a little careful. But We're just going to hit replace all now, which is going to replace as soon as they get to a depot, they're going to get replaced. Same thing here, just they get replaced at a bus stop versus a depot. Alright, and sometimes I didn't know why sometimes I usually like to verify before I close the screen that they're actually going to get replaced. Alright, we're good. Alright, so that's 3 down. So that's that side of the map. Alright, so where's the other side of the map? It's going to be over here. And then we got, what do we all have over here? We have Fuel the Hercules is one thing going on. Alright, and we got Food Hercules there. And then there's got to be a passenger line around here somewhere. Alright, does anything else have... I don't think there's anything on Asteria. Asteria, Hercules, Hades, and Apollo. We have a food to Apollo, but does that cross over? It does. Alright, so you're going to get replaced with these guys. Anything else with those names in them? Alright, that's the 4. Alright, cool. So same thing here, we're just going to get these guys set. There's going to be a lot of this rinse and repeat. If you guys are not interested in this, I don't know if I'll make any more valid points as I'm doing this. You're more than happy to skip this episode. Just don't forget to give me a like or you know, subscribe, you know what I mean? Gotta enjoy the effort. But like I said, this season of this series is mainly aimed towards maybe people who might get stuck playing this game a little bit and might need a way to get started and make a lot of money. And the goal is, and I know it's doable because I've done it before, is to have every city hooked up to all the goods before the year 2000. I've done it before. I'm hoping to do it again in this series. I don't know because I'm acting a little differently in this series than I do normally, just because of just to keep things going and not have a whole lot of downtime. All right, so with 3 million again, we should be pretty easy to do this. Replace now. That was expensive. That's her. Oh, yeah, Hercules is one of the most vehicles. All right, that was expensive. Done. Now the only problem the only caution I have with this method that I'm currently doing, and if I had more years to wait, like if I had like they just all flopped over, I'd probably be doing it in waves. But the madness to this method basically is to avoid that extra cost or that extra buy when these things expire. But the downside is, and that's what I was getting to, is that once they all turn over and they all turn around over in like the same year too, like there's like a 3-year gap where they all turn over, is you're gonna have this huge expense again in 15 years when they all try to start getting replenished. But I'm hoping in 15 years we're gonna have no problems with money, and we're gonna have no worries, no problems, no nothing. We're gonna be set. Is hopefully is where we're at. Now I know that's not always possible. Because these train lines sometimes are expensive to put in, they take a while to get profit, and especially when we start going with the ones that need to go up hillsides and stuff like that, they're not as profitable until you can get a train that can really keep its speed up going uphill. Alright, so that's that side of the map, and I just closed everything. Alright, so we should have, we've done 3, 4, 7, so we got 9 more routes here to go. And I don't know if these are in sections or not. I know we got Ares. Let me see if I can keep all these open. Atlas we gotta do. Ares, Atlas. Gaia's done. Hermes needs to be done. Persephone's been done. Apollo's been done. Hercules been done. Hermes needs done. Poseidon's done. Atlas needs done. Hercules done. Poseidon's done. And Atlas to Athena. And Zeus to Poseidon, yes. Alright, so those are the 9 we have left to flop over. And we do not have enough money just to do it all right now. So I'm going to start here with the Zeus. I don't know, Zeus and Poseidon. Right here. So if I can just concentrate all in this area. So we're going to start with this one here. Alright, done. Close. Next one we're going to do is red route, which is good coloring. Poseidon. Alright, so it's this one. Done. Close. Next is construction to Hermes. Done. Our money's roll. Oh, I said this one's turn a profit, so the money's coming in a little faster. Done. Alright, we got another. Where's the food to Hermes? You're expensive. But you're done. Alright. 5 left. What's next here? We got a green round. You must be food for Poseidon. Alright, done. Alright, so money's winding down here. With 4 left to go. Let's see, where's our next one? Oh, there's the next one. It looks like there's 2 here. They're both the construction ones. So looks like these both are getting done next. It's not going to need any money to do this one. We almost were able to pull this off pretty smoothly. What's you gonna cost? 5. Alright, it shouldn't take long to get the money here. We got that one shot up there pretty fast. Now with a lot of that we have to thank Ares for, because without Ares, that would not have popped up that fast. And I can almost probably think that Ares is carrying most of the weight here. 27. I bet you that Ares is the most. Sometimes the middle tends to be the most, but it's going down. This one, no. It's just got people like, yep, I'm out of this town. Thank you for the train line. We are out of here. Nothing going on there. There's no goods to that town or anything. And I was hoping when I checked all that, I'd have my $500,000 that I need, but I do not. I think we're just going to borrow $1 million to get this done. As I see 14 years propping up. So yes, we are just going to borrow the money. Let's borrow $1 million and hopefully that's enough to get this done. Yes. Cool. Next route going down. Is red. Oh, this one's. That blue one looks like we could have done that all by itself. Alright. Yeah, expensive. But you're now done. And last but not least. And the only reason why I'm leaving this transport route here for now, eventually these are all going to go away, is just because it connects to, it doesn't follow the same as the train. It goes to Athena. So, but if it was already like Ares, Atlas, and Prometheus, I would just deleted it by now. Because it's just encroaching on my train. Even though I think they don't really coincide with each other, you still would have passengers going back and forth. That just, you know, just craziness if you ask me. Alright. I should have more than enough to get this done. Stagecoach it is. Replace. Yes. And there we go. Alright, so they are all now replaced, and we are making money, making lots and lots of money. So, that's pretty much it. We're going to take a quick look over everything before I just like zoom into the next thing I want to take care of here. But we're doing good. I mean, the passengers are going. We're looking at the first track we put in. We got 85. I don't really go by the middle too much because the middle always has actually, before we move on, let me finish my thought here. So the middle always has a lot more passengers than like the end stations when you do this 3 hookup. Just for the simple fact that the trains go both ways in and out, so it's going both ways. So people would seem to jump on it more. But the other thing is that that the train will fully load up on whatever passengers are at the ends. So that also means, so if the train gets completely full, like for example over here in Hermes, it gets completely full of Hermes and comes to Poseidon, it only unloads like 12 passengers. Well, only 12 passengers can get back on to go to the next stop. So sometimes like the middle just seems to always have the most that ends up loading up on it, and it doesn't really balance out a whole lot. I mean, it works. I've played this game enough times to know that there's nothing wrong with the train setup. I just know the middle sometimes will get overloaded with passengers, and I'm almost 100% certain that's what's gonna. Even though Ares right now is an end on 2 routes, eventually it's gonna happen because the future hookups that I have for this one is just gonna have passengers galore. It's gonna be the mega city. It's gonna be the first one to 1,000. It's already at 566, and I believe in a previous episode I showed you guys it was like 250. So you can already see that this Ares is just blowing up, and I can guarantee you it's probably the largest city we have right now. Yeah, and it's only gonna get worse the more I hook up to it. And like I said, there is more hookups coming for it. Yeah. Outside of that, any surprises? Poseidon, Hermes. Australia's pretty big, but it's going to lose. Anything that's hooked up is going to start growing in population. So like Prometheus, it's way down here, and guarantee it's going to start going up the longer things hook up. Zeus and Hercules, or Hercules and Hades, like all that's going to make like the last stuff that gets hooked up. So that stuff's always going to be low, unfortunately, kind of the way that it is. But all right, so we got to go in here. Not everything's switched over yet. You see, we still got things here like 15 years, but the profits, once these things start cycling through with their faster speeds, the +1 capacity, it's going to bring it. The profits are going to go further up, and we're going to bring in more money. And eventually, here in a couple of years, like I said, I won't need to really skip time in between episodes. But that is it for this episode. I'd like to thank you guys all for watching. If you like what you see, just overall, just hit a like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, all that stuff's appreciated. I just appreciate you guys spending time and watching these videos. All right, thanks. Bye.